Hello, hello. Welcome. My name is Ahmad. I'm gonna do a little reading for you today. This is something that I've already pre-pulled. It's a message that's heavily resonating with me, and maybe it'll resonate with someone else. Um, but either way, we're gonna tap in. Let's clear out the energy real quick and set some intention. Got my candle going, just in the back. Try to pay attention to it as I go. Maybe I should sit all the way back like this. Let me put the candle over here. I think I was just trying to find a good place for it so it wouldn't like get the leaves on my little plant here, my fake plant. Just trying to avoid any fire occurring. But there's easy ways to avoid fire. But just remember, y'all, if you are doing anything, make sure you're being careful, and just make sure you're careful. But yeah, I'm excited. I got some new stuff. I haven't used these cards yet, but I got this from my local shop. It's supposed to be fortune telling cards. So each card is like a regular deck. I see 144 as I say that. So each card has like a regular deck, like a regular playing set of. Why am I tripping over my words? What's wrong with my throat chakra right now? Let's clear out that negative energy. We're also gonna light some Palo Santo to set the energy and the intention. So yeah, before I move any further, let's just say, we are only taking information from the utmost high beings of divine love and light, and freedom, justice for all. We are only taking information and communications from high vibrational beings that are blessed by the divine love and light of our dear creator that created this sphere that we are spinning on and this life that we are able to have. So some Palo Santo, I need to clear out my throat chakra. I banish any energy that may be blocking my throat chakra, stopping me from speaking my truth. Here's some for you. Peep the evil eye, right? Even if that falls over, because it is on my bed, so whatever. Ooh, 444 as I say that. So I am protected from evil eye. I am protected. And we got TurboTax. Yeah. Oath Keeper. Capital reversing previous order. Oath Keeper. Maybe someone should keep their word to themselves about what they were brought here to do. That could be important. So, yeah, we're about to tap in. Like I said, I already pre-pulled these cards. So I kind of have an idea of what's going on already, but there may be something new. So yes, back to what I was saying. I got 2 new decks, and I have a couple on the way. But I just got this from my local shop, and they're supposed to be fortune telling cards. They're just like a regular playing deck, but there's a certain way that you put them out to tell people's fortune, and there's a certain way each card is supposed to be representative. So it may have. I still need to do some studying. It may have influence on how the actual tarot cards pull, like when it comes to each house. Let's say like clubs, hearts, diamonds, whatever. Each house has its own specific general sense of terms. I didn't see that going through the cards. Like there are some similarities or generalizations, but some of the fortune telling is just like, ooh, so I'm not messing with those right now. I need to study up and do those properly. But what I am comfortable with, of course, are my tarot decks and my oracle decks. I got a new tarot deck, and it's called Rainbow Tarot. I actually, funny story. I saw that tarot deck on Shein because I have a couple more cards coming. So I saw that deck on Shein but I unadded a lot of stuff from my cart and added some other things. So I thought I added a different deck than this. Um, so I'm thinking in my Shein cart, this is not in there, right? With the about 5, 6, 7 decks that I ordered because they were really cheap, like $2 each or whatever. I thought I took this one off and substituted it for something else. I was walking and I saw this deck in the mirror, or not in the mirror. Mirror could be important. Maybe someone needs to look in the mirror. Like I said, someone needs to hold an oath or a truth that they said to themselves. Someone needs to be accountable for that. And there's nothing wrong with it. But if you made a promise to yourself, why would you not keep it? You know? Or if you know that you are somebody or that you can do something or you plan to do it, why not do that? Fulfill your own desires, you know? Um, Clearing out any negative energy that may be causing someone to not feel like they are powerful enough to ignite their fire, to realize and actualize their dreams. It is all possible. Yes. Citrine, turquoise. Things of import. So what was I saying? Basically, I was just saying that, yeah, I was roaming around downtown and I said the mirror, but I looked into the window of this shop, right? I was window shopping a little bit. And I saw this deck and I was like, oh, that looks like the one that I was going to get on Shein. You know, I'm thinking, yeah, it's not in my cart. It's not coming on the way. So I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and snag it. Well, I forgot that I put it in my cart. So I'm going to have two of these. Maybe that'll help. Maybe, I don't know. But I went back to the store to see if I could exchange it for a different deck. And they said no refunds, no exchanges. So I'm stuck with it, and not stuck. You know, I will utilize the tools that I have, even if I have double of them. That may be important for me. These cards are really beautiful, by the way. So I don't mind to have two sets of it. But anyway, let's get into the cards. So I pre-pulled some of these, and this is actually a long-term pre-pull because these two cards, which ones came out first? I know that the bare bones skeleton of the cards that I pulled were these, I want to say these two oracle cards from my Ancestor Oracle deck. It says teach and share, instill, instruct, educate, right? This one says enjoy music, instruments, sound, tone. Instrument, sound, and tone. Tone could be significant for somebody, like your tone of voice. I'm hearing it's your tone, Look, and that just fell over. I know I said I wasn't going to pay too much attention if it fell over, but I think it was funny when that fell over, just when I was saying that. Either way, we're protected. That evil eye is going to be in protection. There's actually one right here, too, so if you thought you got me, you don't got me. And you wouldn't have me anyway. But, just being a little goofy here, but those are the first two cards that popped out, and they went along with these two. I have a whole spread, so I'm just trying to be careful about how I lift things and put them up. But these two cards came out along with it. The 9 of Wands, and then we have the 10 of Swords in reverse. I'm going to tell you why these are significant in a second. I also need to figure out how to keep this up, because I don't want it to keep falling. I mean, it doesn't matter if it falls or not, for real, but I would like for it to stay up if it can. And also, let's do some more, because I just feel like, what is going on? Using the flame of the highest white light to burn this Palo Santo. Call down the flame and the love and the passion of Jesus. Of God, the creator, my ancestors of the highest white light. Let's cleanse this space and block out any evil eye or whatever, girl. Clear that out. Whew. Okay, but yeah, like I said, the 9 of Wands. and the 10 of swords in reverse popped out next to this, which is from the new deck, which I love. This is from the Rainbow Tarot, Le Battleur, or the Magician, card number 1, the Magician. So right off the bat, we have those, right? And that's all that's telling me is that it's really an emphasis on the share part. Of course, enjoy music is really straightforward. So someone out there could be a musical artist, and maybe you're afraid to share your content, and you really need to get out there. And you faced a lot of challenges, but you have a lot in the tank, you have a lot in the reserve. So whatever challenges you faced or whatever was being thrown your way to throw you off, you simply have way too much strength and reserve and literally content to pull from. So if someone ever tried to sabotage something, let's say for example someone tried to sabotage you and put 10 swords in your back, and they really didn't want you to be seen, heard, like I'm hearing seen on the internet, they were trying to block you on the internet or something so you wouldn't be visible to people. First of all of these people, because it's a big group of them, all of these people are going to fall, but also none of their stuff worked. Like none of that shit that they tried to throw at you, none of it worked. They really wanted you to be down and out and just feeling defeated and like you would never share your content, share your gifts with the world. 1144 as I say that. But they were unsuccessful because you are so resilient and you're just so talented and you have all these things that you're sitting on. They thought that they could snag maybe one thing, like a clip that they overheard, and try to make their own song from it. They didn't realize you had this whole other side to you, because you're the magician and you can quite frankly alchemize anything that you want. And you're just talented like that. It's almost like you have the Midas touch. And I say that, here we go again. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'll just put this right here and back it up a little bit. It's almost like you have the Midas touch. You have this four of Pentacles, and it's almost like somebody is really able to basically hold on to ooh, let's not do that, girly. Why am I trying to it's here, okay? It's here. Somewhere that it can be seen, but not like because you can see the bell. So can you see what's in front of the bell? It's there. This evil eye is here, okay, honey? It's here. Let's put this more at the front. Like right in the view. Is that good? Anyway. Let's get that together. This Four of Pentacles gives the energy of someone who is really holding on to their chips, but also you could be being stingy out of fear, because of this Ten of Swords in the reverse, because you know people have been trying to get at your content. So you could be in this energy of wanting to hold on to what you have because you're like, I need to hold on to it for dear life. But I'm hearing someone needs to let that go because they are the Empress, or they have Empress energy, meaning that basically you get what you want. You're that girl, you're that nigga, you're that guy, whatever, however you identify. Energy is just kind of subjective when it comes to tarot and oracle. It's about the energy, not necessarily does it fit the person, like are you a man, are you a woman. Sometimes it's a balance of masculine and feminine energy. Someone needs to be in their receptive energy of the Empress by, let's say, putting your content out there and receiving the praise for it. That's what more so that is. So be active and in your masculine energy with this Magician. Activate and do what you need to do, as in like actualize your dreams, actualize your manifestations, and do the work. I'm hearing do the craft. I'm seeing 444 as I see that again. You're protected in your craft as far as you're doing music and whatnot. And if not just music, whatever you can create. But this specifically says music, right? And I get a very cozy vibe from this, like very, very cozy, very cozy. Um, just in general, there's a lot of energy spread throughout. It's very evenly almost split between fire and earth energy. I'm getting a lot of that, fire and earth. But there's a sprinkle of sword. I think it's the Four of Swords, and then we have Justice, right? Which is air all the way. Justice is air all the way. That's that Libra scale of balance. So something could be coming into justice for somebody. Somebody's justice is quite literally going to come from, and the way I'm taking this as, these big cards that I showed from the Ancestor Oracle deck, I take that as the root, right? That is your base energy. You need to get into the energy of teaching and sharing. And in this case, I feel like it's more so sharing. But also, maybe there's a mentor or something that you can get when it comes to this creative endeavor. Because this is definitely a passion project. I'm seeing a lot of red. I'm seeing a lot of fire energy, a lot of wands energy. This is a creative passion project, right? Um, but someone needs to take the time to like get centered with self before they do this, because you're just going to second guess yourself if you're not secure. This says respect your physical body, rejuvenate, detox, and relax. Yeah. So it could be maybe you're worried about putting it out there and then like having to follow up. You do what you need to do with your music, especially the share part. I keep saying music because it's specifically music. But you know, let's say for example, if you release something on an app, like you release something on YouTube, like a music video or a beat or something, like you're producing a beat and you release it on YouTube, people are going, you have to trust and fuck with your own shit before other people can, right? So even if you have to get over this hurdle of like putting it out there, just put it out there, right? Just put it out there. Once you've worked on it and you've gotten feedback from maybe people that can help you, put it out there, because as this Empress energy, you're going to receive the validation that you want. But nothing is more important than the validation you can give yourself. So truly, if you have a craft, put it out because you love it, and just sit with it and notice how much you love it and relax into that. Relax into the feeling that you did something that you are proud of, and you can really give a damn if other people are proud of it or if they like it either. You don't care because you like it so much. And that's when this Empress energy will start to flow in. That's when you'll start to be able to sit. You'll literally be able to sit on a throne of your passions, because you see how that red is creeping in, how we were talking about passions with the teach and share and music. That red is creeping in, and that's on her throne as the Empress. So you literally will be able to sit in or on your passions, and that'll be the proof. The fact that you fuck with it so much will be the proof alone that you are worthy of this position, because this is justice for you. It is justice for you to get your spotlight, for you to shine, and for you to receive love and validation from outside sources, to receive support, critique even. But it is justice that your name will be talked about in a positive way, because you did something that people were preying on your downfall that you would never do. They wanted to play you like you were this fool, but you're no fool. It says Le Fauve, and it's in reverse. It is quite literally the beginning part of the deck. This gives me, normally the fool is about somebody who's an amateur, or they're new to a scene or something like that, like new kid on the block energy. Someone wanted you to feel like you were stumbling through your way, and that you were just like this misguided kid who didn't know what they were doing, but in fact you're actually no amateur and you know what you're doing, at least to the point where people would be shocked when you finally do put something out. It might be like, oh, I was not expecting that. We thought if he was going to start something soon, or he or she, they're going to start this, they're going to be like so terrible at it at first. Somebody wanted you in this full energy in the reverse. But you're no novice. You're actually really, really good with what you do. You just need to be comfortable with what you do. Because below that, we have the Hanged Man. It says Le Pendu. It's a, I don't know. Rainbow Tarot. This stuff, half of the stuff is in French, like for the major arcana. But Le Pendu is 12 energy. So the Hanged Man, which condenses down to 3. Someone could need to, I'm hearing someone needs to rewire their thinking that God doesn't want them to do X, Y, and Z. Or that if God wanted them to have popularity, that they would have it by now. You use this Hanged Man energy to reframe your thinking, because you're thinking about it the wrong way. Like, oh, if I was supposed to have attention by now, it would have happened, and I need to have some type of traction before I post. That is not the case. People love seeing your personality. People love seeing the raw and real, especially before you get the fame, before you get the numbers. If they can tell that you're passionate and into it, they're going to know that it is genuine and you're not just trying to be like a quote unquote industry plant or whatever when it comes to music. Or any creative passion. They're going to know that your heart is in it, and it's not just because you want a bag or because you want popularity. Of course, more popularity or more eyes will get more attention to your music, and hopefully one day will get your bills paid. I'm seeing 2112. So yeah, that could be very significant for somebody. You have to reflect into the world what you want. Do you want people to just only fuck with you because you're a hot topic in the moment, or do you want to have a lasting impact? So somebody needs to think about their longevity and doing stuff that actually makes them happy, because just selling out is not cute, and you won't last long doing that. I'm hearing that very loud and clear. Selling out is not good, because you have this 8 of Pentacles, right next to that. You're really good at what you do, damn near fantastic. Like, actually not fantastic, not damn near, truly. It's almost miraculous, and it's almost like you do something because you're the magician. Someone has this magician energy, and you're really skilled and crafted at what you do with this 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is about putting in hard work and usually focusing on yourself. Like, you do a lot of hard work in solitude, right? So, and also going along with this 4 of Pentacles, this is also about solitude, holding on to your chips, and keeping your shit close to your heart. But somebody needs to get into this energy of teaching and sharing. And I think that could be either sharing with somebody who might be in the same field as you, someone who could be doing the same thing as you. Or it could just be like sharing it in general with the public. But it's important to know who your audience is, and eventually your audience will tell you who they are. Because if they interact with your stuff and they like your stuff, and they're uplifting you, you know that those are your people. Now, the people who unfollow you, pay no mind to them. God clears out things so we could get more in, which is something I've been having to learn a lot recently. But that's justice. When we get rid of the old and it's time for us to shed our snake skin, we get new skin that we can grow comfortably into. And we're never going to think about that old skin. It's not like we're going to miss it. We just keep shedding skin and then keep growing new ones. Keep shedding skin and keep growing new ones. And I'm hearing 8 of Wands. Someone actually in this process of like, it's almost like you have to renew yourself after every project. Not to say better yourself, but if you do feel insecure about your art, just the next time you release it, make sure you feel a little bit better about it each time you release something new. But this is like someone who's taking the steps, or they know the steps, and they're making steady progress toward their goal. So starting off small, you're not a fool. You're not in this fool energy of just being like an amateur and you're completely at square one. Someone would have skin in the game if they had the resources, right? They would have skin in the game if they had the resources. I'm hearing that's how talented or that's how good your product is. You just need to have the confidence in your own product and release anybody's opinions or outside of validation of your product. 244. I keep seeing 444. 44, 444. The number 4 is important. I just also heard 444. Wendy's. Maybe they'll bring that back with this hard economy that we're about to have to deal with, since the price of bread and eggs are going up. On my 25th year, the time just turned 25. On my 25th year, a quarter century, and the price of eggs and bread are going up. Child, let me not get into that. Maybe someone could also reflect on the times, talk about what's going on, what you're dealing with in your actual life. People need real and raw representation of what is happening. They don't need the fabricated shit on reality TV. We're getting tired of all this bad girls club and fighting. Like, it might be entertaining, but we need something deeper. So also someone needs to reach into their bag, and maybe this detox, rejuvenate, and relax will help you do that. It'll help you get centered to what is actually important and what makes you feel cozy about yourself, about your artistry. And then when you develop that and you share it out, you'll be in this empress energy of receiving praise and accolades because other people want to feel cozy and loved and warm too, right? So this 10 of Wands energy, I mean, not 10 of Wands, but 10 of Wands could be significant. Maybe that's how much power you have next to this magician. Like, you could really do some shit if you actually apply yourself and alchemize. But this 10 of Swords in reverse, you have people really preying on your downfall, and just you actually sharing your content is going to be like utmost karma, because they didn't want anybody to see you. Now everybody's going to see you. Now everybody is going to see you. I just saw 2626. That condenses down to 8 and 8. That's forever on both sides, baby. Both sides of the coin, no matter what. People are going to see you. And this was someone's biggest fear, and they wanted you in a 10 of Swords energy so you wouldn't feel the need to share your content or like it's not worth it. But their karma is literally going to their karma is literally going to be people not only seeing you, but fucking with what you do and like praising you for what you do. Like, you're gonna get recognized, compensated, because there is a lot of Pentacles energy. So somebody is going to be compensated for what their work is. Yeah, they're trying to keep some type of compensation from you. Like, you could be, 9 of Pentacles is about like having your chips, having your good fortune, and actually like using it. So like, this could be like going shopping and whatnot, like just different things like that. Like, this is, you have the money and you're flexing on it. This came out in reverse though. The 9 of Pentacles came out in reverse. So maybe this is what someone is not thinking that they can attain with their career or with their product. So they're like, oh, but it'll never get to the point where XYZ can happen, and that's why you're holding it close, because you're just waiting for the perfect moment, for it to be the right recipe, or for it to be the right algorithm, or for it to be the right time for you to post something. The time is now. Someone needs to act now. And justice will come in swiftly. People will give you the recognition that you deserve as soon as you drop your project, your product, whatever the case. Because you're not seeing it properly. You're looking at this hangman position. You need to rewire your thinking that you need validation to create what you need to do. Like, oh, well, next I need to know what people want to hear from me next, and or I need to take account of how many people like the blue shells versus the red shells, and I need to make more red stuff because more people voted for the... Do what you want to do. Don't get caught up in what everybody else you think. You can take guidance from people, but also when you take guidance from people, and I saw 2828, which condenses down to 10. So that could close out a cycle from somebody. Somebody feels like they have to do it all by themselves, and that is not the case. So a cycle end, or like to heal a cycle wound, could be actually reaching out for assistance, reaching out for help with something when you need it, especially when it comes to your creative endeavors. I know myself as a creative, I tend to hold my projects near and dear to me, and I don't like to get other people involved in it or like knowing about the process, because it feels, one, vulnerable, but also there's this like energy in the world in general of people biting off other people's stuff. So for me personally, I feel like closed off, and I don't like sharing my stuff like that. But someone actively needs to get in the energy of putting that shit to rest. We have the 4 of Wands, which is about resting. And it's funny because it's literally right next to this card about resting, rejuvenating, detoxing. It came right out next to it. And it's also right below the 10 of Swords in reverse. So maybe someone did go through, they felt the energy of someone or multiple people preying on their downfall or whatever, or they just felt like nobody had their back. They would post, or they would try to promote their product or their business, and nobody was giving them attention. or interacting, but hella people were watching. It's like, what are y'all watching for if you're not gonna interact and like do stuff? So somebody could have felt this energy of just like being like, damn, like I'm doing all of this and a lot of people are watching it, but it almost feels like nobody's paying attention or they don't care. So someone needs to like put that idea to rest, that just because multiple people are watching and not saying anything, that invalidates what you're doing. It just means that those people do not feel called to interact, and that's not your fault. And it's also not your job to figure out how they interact. If they genuinely like what you're doing, they'll talk about it. They'll talk about it. But that's not like, but you shouldn't strive for that, you know, because if you do things for the wrong reasons, you'll get the wrong results. This Seven of Wands in reverse, yeah, this Seven of Wands is about competition, or like like some type of competition, or someone trying to make it hard to maintain your place, like to maintain your position. I'm hearing somebody was trying to knock you off your position because maybe you expressed yourself before and people saw how talented you were, and then you went into this hermit period and you just like have been hoarding all of this stuff, all of these products, all of these ideas, and they wanted you to feel like you had competition and that you should never even try showing up to the party. But it's in reverse, meaning there is no fucking competition. You are not this amateur that they tried to project on you, so you need to reframe your thinking. You're not this fool that they think is just gonna stumble and just really struggle as they move through their process when it comes to being a creative and sharing that. Someone really wanted you to feel like, oh yeah, there's better out there. You need to have the attitude that ain't nobody better than me and everybody's shit stink. I smell like Victoria's Secret perfume 24/7. Everybody else shit stink. And that's not like to come from a place of like ego, but when it comes to reframing your mindset about yourself, that's how you need to be, essentially. Just be like, everybody else is just rotten eggs. It's given something real good over here. Like it smells like cake baking. So that could help somebody just reframing your mindset, but don't sit in that energy and think like, oh, I'm the best thing since sliced bread, because even the price of bread going up. So is sliced bread really the best invention? If the price is going up and it can't be stable, well, if it's the best invention, don't you think that it should be widely used by everybody and accessible by everybody? If it's the best invention in mankind, why is it going up in price? Same thing with that egg energy. Egg prices are going up. These rotten ass eggs. They're selling us rotten ass eggs, but raising the price on them. So not only are we struggling to pay for good food, but the food that we're actually paying for at the higher price is not good for us. It's not good for us. It's poison. It's rotten. Whatever. That could be going deeper into something else, but I'm also hearing don't put all your eggs into one basket, and that could go back to this teach and share energy. Someone needs to find a mentor or someone that they can bounce ideas off of. Somebody might have a community of people that they can work with, and y'all can enjoy music together. But I'm getting very much someone getting out of this energy all the time of just being by your lonesome and just dealing with it yourself. The only things that you need to go inward about and really isolate and focus on is the creation act itself. Once you create it, maybe get one or two trusted advisors or whatever, or a mentor or something, or just a friend that you can bounce ideas off of and share it with them, and then drop that shit. Like maybe make your edits and then drop that shit. Or it could be solid and they're like, no, 10 out of 10, you don't need to do nothing else, just drop it. But I feel like it's going to be really healing for someone to just share their work and just, I'm hearing literally share it, like post it, and then turn your phone off. And then immediately meditate, maybe take a nap and rest and just chillax. And don't think about it. Because the more you think about it and like how people are going to receive it, it may skew how people receive it. But however you received it and you get peace with and you go to sleep with, like I'm hearing like how do you go to sleep at night? Like very peacefully. Very peaceful. I have no worries. And this will put you in this King of Pentacles energy. somebody who knows what the fuck they got and what they can do with it. So I think that'll be the ending of this reading. I said I wasn't gonna pull any more cards. Just keeping it short and cute. Just keeping it short and cute. I'm feeling called to, because I don't have any of these cards out here. So let's go to the Woodland Wardens deck and just get some overarching energy for these. The Woodland Wardens, you get an animal and you get a plant. Me personally, I just got some pretty lilies. Speaking of accepting gifts and accepting praise, I had a performance recently and someone showed up and gave me a bouquet of flowers, of lilies. And I thought that was so sweet. But learning how to trust gifts is also going to be important for whoever this is resonating for on your journey. Learning how to genuinely accept compliments or good feedback about your product or your artistry, your craft, whatever it is. I'm hearing someone needs to smell the flowers. Someone needs to smell the flowers. Okay, yeah, so we have this Coyote in Datura, which is about deceit. We also have the Elk and Ash in reverse. I'm going to show you the Elk and Ash in reverse. This is about strength. Someone wanted you feeling like you were weak. Or it is a weakness, or you feel like it's a crippling weakness. Someone just needs to be more confident, because I'm hearing ashes to ashes, dust to dust. At the end of the day, the day is gonna end type shit. So are you gonna let the day end not actualizing your dreams and not striving for it despite what people say, despite how people judge you? Are you just gonna let the day pass by yet again without being seen, without your light being recognized, without your the blessings that were given to you by the Creator for a reason going unused or unseen? Like, that's not a good thing, right? And I'm hearing ashes to ashes, dust to dust, salt the earth behind you. It's almost as if you're doing yourself a disservice or cursing yourself by not sharing this gift that you've been bestowed with, or this vision that you were given by the utmost high to actualize. You were given the power, the ability to bring it to life. So why are you just sitting there trying to do weak ass CPR on it instead of reviving it altogether? No more cards are coming out of this. 2 fell out, and I also mentioned the Coyote and Datura. So we're going to talk about the newer ones that fell on my lap. Someone needs to be loyal to themselves. This says the Hound and the Pair. The Hound and the Pair. The pair makes me think about Victorious. Victorious, like that show on Nickelodeon, Victorious. Leon Thomas could be significant for somebody. This card also came out. The Coyote and Datura, but a coyote is a type of like wild dog. There's that song by Leon Thomas called Mutt. This actually came up in a different reading, but it's kind of weird how this is all playing out. But the Hound and the Pair. Oh, that's another dog. Oh, Lord. That's another dog. Another type of canine. So we have a coyote and the Datura, which is a flower, kind of lily-esque. It looks like a lily. And then we have the Hound and the Pair. I said the pair connects to... or is that iCarly? No, I think because they had the pair phones. That was Victorious. I think that was Victorious. Or it might have just been the franchise in general, Nickelodeon, but iCarly or Victorious could be significant. But I'm hearing Victorious, since it was a school of the arts. Maybe someone needs to do higher education as an artist. And like, maybe that could be your mentorship. Maybe someone should go back to school for artistry or something, music production, or supply chain management, or business, something in regards to I'm hearing somebody needs to communicate their needs so they can get what they want, or find the resources that, because the pair phones were about, you know, keeping in touch with each other. Like, you call your homie on their pair phone or whatever. Um, this hound, like, you call your dogs up, teach and share. So it could be your friends who are doing the same thing. Like, let's say if you're a musician, your friends could be doing the same thing and y'all could work together or something like that. So you could run with a pack. Running with a pack is a lot more efficient than running solo dolo as like a lonely coyote in the woods by yourself. Running with a pack of hounds, running with a pack of mutts, even if you're just like you seem to be a ragtag group of oddballs, that is your tribe. Run with your tribe. 40-40 as I see that. So yeah, I'm hearing somebody is going to be very, very protected in this group, because your group is going to protect you just as much as you are going to protect your group. And the fact that you're in a group is that much more protective, because there's power in numbers. Like I said, you run with the pack, you get where you're going faster. Just by yourself, you know, you can have modest fortitude. We have the horse and the bluebell. The horse is somebody with a lot of stamina and can keep going, but they're also very stern and they know what they like. If I don't know if y'all deal with horses, but horses do not play. They're kind of like cats. Cats don't fucking play. They will tell you what they like and what they don't like, or if they don't tell you, you will know it. So like a horse might buck you off if you're not too certain. So I'm hearing someone needs to grab the reins of their destiny or of their creativity, grab it by the reins and control, show it who's boss, i.e. you, because you're the magician. You're the magician. You have the ability to create the world of your dreams, to create the career of your dreams. You might be thinking that, oh, everybody else's stuff is more important, and I'm not even getting that energy from this. But this could just be something that might be surfacing, or resurfacing rather. Someone's feelings of inadequacy, or like that they can't compete, could be resurfacing. But just know that that's not true. We literally have the card about competition in reverse. There's no competition, babe. And you're not a novice, you're not an amateur to this shit. You actually are skilled enough to teach people stuff. You're skilled enough to the point where people are going to be asking you, like, how did you do this? How did you do that? Or what is your method? Or like, someone's really, really good at what they do. But you could respect your craft by keeping it to yourself, or like, don't share everything. Like, still have some of this Four of Pentacles energy, but I'm hearing you just relinquishing what you already have. People are going to be like, what the fuck? Where was this coming from? We didn't expect this, because they was preying on your downfall, and they was waiting for you to finally say something. And maybe someone did finally say something, and they were like, what? That little toot, that little toot. I'm hearing a somebody was like, oh, that little bit of noise that they made, not knowing that you got a whole fucking band of golden trumpets about to sound. they're not picking up on what you've been putting down. Or maybe someone who hasn't shown themselves at all. People are just highly doubting what you can do, and you're about to show them, because you're not an amateur. You have this certain touch, like this miraculous touch to things when you put yourself on it, or when you really focus in on something that you want to do. I'm hearing somebody has like the Midas touch damn near, and people are going to be like, how the fuck did you, like, how are you, like, can you teach us how you did that? Or like, can you share your time and energy? Let's work together. Share your time and energy. Like, they're going to want to work with you, or learn from you, because you're just going to be that good at what you do. And this is going to be justice. Somebody's finally going to be getting the respect that they deserve. So yeah, we had those energies pop out. Like I said, Leon Thomas, School of the Arts. Maybe someone really, and Leon Thomas is a great songwriter. He's been doing, I'm hearing maybe like specifically for music, for example, someone could be so good at making their own music that not only do people want to work with them, but they're also like, hey, yo, be my ghostwriter or something like that. Like, someone's really, really talented. really, really talented. And you're so talented for 44 as I say that. You're so talented that it's not just you're talented, but it's almost like people can use you for what your talents are, which means that this isn't the only way you can validate your usefulness, but you're very valuable because of how talented you are. It's like a cup runs over. And I saw the Ace of Cups earlier as I was like shuffling through the deck, just checking the energy because I had to pull the little book out just in case I need to reference stuff when cards come out. And the first card that popped out with the booklet was the Ace of Cups. So I'm hearing somebody's cup is overflowing with so much creative juice that you could quite literally help other people and they will pay you for what you're doing because you're just that damn good at it. Or money, because money has been significant this whole time. Somebody like didn't want you to access this gold mine, or they didn't want you to realize that what you have is actually a gold mine. Like you're a walking opportunity for success or something like that. Or like you're just very lucrative in general. Someone didn't want you to see that about yourself, so you wouldn't act on it and you wouldn't be visible, and because they knew that you would be competition, so they wanted you to not even join the competition. Like you can't win the race if you don't show up for it, type shit. So they were trying to keep you feeling like you didn't deserve to win the race, or you didn't have the stamina, you didn't have the strength, you didn't have the breath control, you didn't have the resolve, the determination. But you're finding out that that is not true. That's simply a lie that was projected onto you, and that's not your energy. So, yeah, I think that's gonna close this one out. Yeah, that's gonna close this one out. Well, let's get one clarifying card for my oracles, right? Just one from each. We already have the Ancestor Oracle, so I'm not gonna do that. But just to close it out, I don't feel right leaving out my good sis, Goddess Isis here. I don't feel good leaving her out. Something tells me she has something to do with this. Or she could help someone with this. Goddess Isis is the goddess of abundance, fertility, creation, and magic. People think that she's a dark goddess, and she is, but she's also a very loving and light individual. Divine Destiny was just in reverse. I don't know if I'm necessarily taking reversals from here. So a card that popped out on top, right up. Ancient Power Mysteries. The Oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice, whether through spoken or sung words. I kid you not. This card popped out. You saw the way it popped out. The Oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice, whether through spoken or sung words or through what you write, speak about, or stand for symbolically. So as I said, someone could talk about what they're going through their life. Because this seems very geared toward a musical artist, like a rapper, singer, XYZ, whatever. Talk about what you've been through, what you've been going through, or the things that you wish to see in the world. Talk about your hopes, your dreams, and let that be the way you meditate and get centered with self. Make something that is true to you so other people can relate to it, and they will love it. They will eat it up. And it's not for the purpose of them eating it up. The reason why they will eat it up though is because they can sense how genuine it is if it comes from the heart. So someone needs to like refocus, take some time, detox from the regular toxins of life, come centered to self, and really talk about some shit that matters to them. Like get it off your chest, I'm hearing. Like what if you had the opportunity to reintroduce yourself and tell niggas what the fuck is up, what would you say? 48 as I saw that. You have a potentially very powerful healing voice, and you are guided to recognize the responsibility that you have for what you proclaim through your voice. Yeah, responsibility. That's what I'm getting with this Justice card. Like, you're protected because you have the ability and the responsibility to do great things with your voice or with your talent, your craft, whatever the case may be, right? So this ancient power, ancient mysteries, this is something that has been in you for a long time. You could have known that you wanted to do this job or make these type of products or do this type of artwork or show up in the world and do this type of creative projects since you were a kid, or you've had ideas like this since you were a kid, or this is something from a past life that is carried over, and that's why you're not in this novice. you're not in this novice energy, because your past lives have been linked to being a creative or a singer or something like that. Um, yeah, I'm getting that strong. Like somebody might have been like a 1920s cabaret dancer or something, or like a jazz artist or something. I'm seeing like one of those long cigarettes and like almost like a Betty Boop lip, and like one of those long cigarettes, and like maybe like a swoop or something. Kind of like maybe like a Josephine Baker esque. Somebody could really be inspired by Josephine Baker. Maybe somebody is a dancer, but Josephine Baker was more than just a dancer. People recognize her through history for being a dancer, but she was a rebel. She spoke French, um, but she was like, I think she was even like an undercover spy at some point. That could be significant for somebody. Divine Destiny. I saw this card in reverse and then it popped out upright. So let's read it. Divine Destiny. The divine warrior is within you, helping you to continue with a worthy path even during times of difficulty. Yeah, they wanted you to feel like you were faced with challenges and that you couldn't go through this, but you're a warrior. And when faced with a challenge, a true warrior will summon more of him or herself to the cause. So when these people were trying to throw these swords at you and put them in your back and make you feel like, oh, just keep quiet. Nobody ever wants to hear what you have to do. Nobody cares about your music, blah, blah, blah. And even if they weren't saying this, maybe their actions, like it could have been your best Judies and they just looking at you post on your story and you're posting your content or whatever, and these are supposed to be your homegirls or your best friends, and they're not saying anything, they're not supporting you, they're not reposting. That could be a knife in the back in itself. Sometimes the things that people don't say are betrayals, right? um and it's just like, relinquish yourself from that and know that you can always call more. Oh my gosh, the way spirit be working is really crazy. Divine Destiny. You can always summon more of yourself to the cause. The warrior within has great inner resourcefulness and determination. That is literally the Nine of Wands. You have yourself on reserve at all times to call forth energies of yourself anytime you need it. So you can tap into that bag because you have it. I'm also here. Okay, so Pillar of Light. Y'all wouldn't know obviously what was in my head, so you can't vouch and say if this is true or not. This is what that Ancient Mysteries card looks like. I showed y'all that. Divine Destiny, this is what that card looks like. So someone, maybe a falcon could be significant. That looks like I mean, it's a falcon, but that looks like a warrior chicken. A warrior chicken, like, something like that. Like, I don't fucking know. Cartouche, which feels like another French word. Maybe somebody, this keeps popping up in my shit. Maybe I gotta find out what my lineage or my, what's going on. Because I be attracted to French stuff. And I've never been attracted to French stuff before. So I don't know what's going on. But these cards, these new cards that I have, the major arcana cards in them, like, the other ones, like the minor, so like each house, like the pentacles, cups, wands, swords, all of that shit is in English, right? But the major arcana cards, like the stuff like the world or like justice, it's all in French. We have la justice, we have les pendus, we have les fauves, and les bateleurs, which is the magician. So yeah. And la pendue is the hanged man. So cartouche from the Isis Oracle. Choose to release that which would lower your vibration into fear. Come back to love. Stay true to yourself, and you shall inspire others to think or speak more positively when they are around you. Invoking the power of speech and words for your strength, protection, and spiritual growth will work effectively for you. So, like I said, somebody needs to speak their truth in their music. Speak their truth. Speak love and life into you, into yourself. And other people will not only reflect, like, they'll not only resonate with it, but it will actually be very powerful because you're standing in your truth and who you are as a person and sharing that with others, therefore empowering them to do the same. So someone has the potential to really heal some stuff. Stop talking about drugs and murder and shit like that. That's not everybody's gig, but there's a lot of people talking about that shit. So maybe someone needs to refocus their energy on things that are less of the 3D world and start talking about what makes your spirit feel good, or what you had to heal from your spirit. Somebody could have really went through a dark time, like after this 10 of Swords energy, and they were unsuccessful. You still went through that period of feeling those swords in your back. The swords in your back did not kill you, but that does not mean that they didn't stab you in the back still. It just did. You were just able to continue pushing forward because you are resilient, and you've always been able to pull from that inner source of power that you have deep inside. Because you have a warrior inside you that you can always call and summon whenever you need it. And they didn't expect that from you. They thought that you was just gonna keep these are people that felt like you were competition, so they wanted to see you down bad and like never successful. But you're too resilient, and you showed them, or you're going to. But I'm hearing somebody already showed them. Somebody already did this shit, and now people are shook and they're worried. But don't worry about how worried they are. Don't 5 as I say that. So somebody needs to change their thinking. Now that you're already in this energy, if you feel like trudging forward, you need to change how you trudge forward. Because when you trudge forward, you do not need to look backward. You do not need to look at the negativity at anything. Focus on the positive, right? And that doesn't mean don't listen to critique. Critique is positive. But like beating someone down or whatever, or just talking shit about what they do, that's not good. So I want y'all to say, this is like a little protection kind of thing, or like just a hopeful mantra that you can say. Pillar of light, burning bright, earth star below, soul star above. Burn away all that is not light, transform all into unconditional love. Star of Isis descend, your blessing and peace without end. Grace me now with peace and protection, completely embraced by divine perfection. So all that really says to me is somebody really needs to up their spiritual practice when it comes to working on their craft. Like, and this is what that looks like. A strong, firm golden pillar. And you see that sun disk? That's the sun disk of Ra. That's like Amun-Ra, the god Ra, which is also about creation and life. So someone really needs to jump into this energy of being a creator. And I'm hearing it's definitely with somebody's words and how they speak. How they speak. Somebody could be a rapper, a singer, a poet, a motivational speaker even. Maybe that's the trials and tribulations. Like, this could even go to the extent of somebody being a priest. But I don't see a lot of religious influence in here, so I wouldn't go far to say that. This really gives like a creative. But someone could just in general be a speaker, like a motivational speaker or something. I think that's more so what I was getting with the priest. But I feel like if that were the case, the high priestess or the Hierophant would have popped out. This is something, somebody's creative efforts will get them money. That's what I'm getting from this. Or you're very good at it, so because you're so good at what you do creatively, it's lucrative, or like you can make a business from it. That's what I'm hearing. And we are going to do one more card from, because I said I was going to pull from my oracles. Not everybody relates to African gods, so I'm not going to pull that. But we have sacred geometry activations. Sacred geometry activations. What's something that the collective would like to, that they should know? Not just what they would like to. What's something that they need to hear from you? Sacred geometry activations oracle. Sacred geometry activations. What are these sacred activations that they could get? What are the geometrical shapes? Divine feminine. Yeah, the frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side. Literally, did I not say that this Empress energy was about being receptive? You need to share your ideas and be receptive to the blessings and the gifts. Just like I got those flowers after I performed, Your flowers could be waiting for you. You could have a whole bouquet. It's about smelling the flowers. Like, people will give you your flowers, but you need to tell them where the fuck the vase is. You need to tell them where the vase is. Um, and the best vases to me personally are clear. I love a clear vase. It could be a bottle. It could be like a glass soda bottle or something. You clean that out real nice, put some clear water in it. It's so beautiful. It's so simple and quaint. Um, Somebody needs to be resourceful, because that's very resourceful. That's very DIY. Someone needs to be a little bit more resourceful and think about the little things that they could piece together to make something great. Because somebody could be going about their creative process like, oh, I have to do something new, or somebody else did that. Okay, we'll do it better. And that's not like biting off of somebody's stuff, but it's okay to take inspiration and make it your own. Somebody's working real hard to be like unique. You're already unique. Somebody's working real hard to like stand out and be unique. But let me finish reading this. The frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. So the way I see it, when it comes to artists, creatives, God gave you the talent that you have, or gave you the ability to create whatever product you have and for it to be successful. God gave you that gift for a reason. And when you create with the ideas that God gave you, you are co-conspiring with the universe. You're co-conspiring with the creator to create the good that God has planned for the world. That's what it means to be a servant of the Most High. You have to serve in the ways that you are called to do so, in the ways that you know that you're good at. Some of y'all, that could be music, that could be art, that could be public speaking, poetry, writing a book, a podcast even. You know, whatever the case. But if that is how God uses you and speaks through you, you need to share that. Because then you'll be adding to the co-conspiration of the creation of the new world that we're about to live in. Because a lot of things are about to fall down. This has not popped out, but I'm getting very much tower energy. Let's pull one more sacred geometry card. Or two more. These two kind of popped out. And this one showed up earlier. So we have delight in reverse, and we have empowerment. Someone is, it's like you've lost the joy in creating because you're too worried about how other people are going to think about it. You need to find the joy in yourself. So detox any negativity or toxic feelings of having to show up in a certain way as a creative. You are unique in your own right, and don't be afraid to be yourself. Someone's not delighting in this energy of themselves. They're like trying to be somebody else. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. So if you don't feel good about your music when you're creating it, that likely means that by the time you get done creating it and you share it, other people won't feel good about it too, because there's no passion in the project. But people love an underdog. People love a passion project. And this is empowering. And 26, empowerment. I didn't show the cards. Where did I put it? On the back? Oh, sacral chakra. Someone needs to work on their sacral chakra, though. That could be in the back of your mind. The sacral chakra is important, though. Empowerment. 26, empowerment. And that's what it looks like. It says the frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. So yeah, someone needs to show themselves, because we're all connected anyway, especially if we're creatives. We have a special mission from the Most High to be the ones to create the world that we wish to see, and that other will eventually wish to reside in or create other things. Like, we are the curators of the future. We're the curators of the future. We know what looks good. We know what sounds good. We know what feels good. Let's say if you're a fashion designer, you know what fabrics feel good and will make somebody pump down the runway feeling like they're that person. So there's a certain touch that creatives have, and everybody can tap into this creative energy. But I'm hearing those people that are actually specifically like their job or their careers to be creative, um, they're helping mold and shape what the world is going to look like. I'm hearing like Abbott Elementary or something. A show like Abbott Elementary, as funny as it is, could really bring up issues of like reform or gentrification, and then the next generation of not students, the next generation of teachers, principals, administrators could watch Abbott Elementary and then run their school like it. So it's something about creating content or media that is both uplifting and causes people to shift their way of thinking. This is going to be very lucrative for somebody. What is something that can elevate our consciousness as a society, right? I think that's all I'm going to get from those. But yes, thank you for this tapping in with this reading. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this. Probably like, I don't know. Actually, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'll call this, but somebody's like a star in the making. Or like, I'm not just hearing a star. Somebody could like very well be a constellation. But you just gotta see yourself for all that you are. You're not just like one tiny little speck. You're like a whole constellation amongst a sea of other stars, amongst a sea of constellations. But you deserve to be up there in that constellation. You're not just like a tiny piece of it. Your story is important. Like the constellations in the sky, they each have their own history or background, like the reason why they got their name because based off of their shape and stuff. So you deserve to be up there with the stars. That's what I'm hearing. And you're your own constellation. You're not just like one tiny little blip. Yes, there's plenty of stars out there, but these are the people that are doing God's work. And if they're not doing God's work, we're gonna see a lot of falling stars, meteorites, falling stars. I don't know, but thank you. Boom.